Have you ever felt like you're going the extra mile, but it's just not being reciprocated? In today's discussion, we're peeling back the layers on a topic that touches many, yet is often misunderstood: the signs of being a simp in relationships. Recognizing these signs is not just about calling out behaviors, it's about fostering personal growth and nurturing healthier relationships. Stay tuned as we dive into the 7 clear signs that you might be a simp. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Drowning someone in compliments might seem sweet, but could there be more beneath the surface? When it comes to showing affection or admiration, a well-placed compliment can brighten someone's day. However, when these compliments escalate to a relentless shower of praises, it often transforms from sweet to suffocating. Imagine someone who constantly tells you that you're perfect, the best at everything, or an angel in human form. At first, it might feel great, but over time, it starts to feel less genuine and more like a strategy. This excessive flattery is often not about lifting you up, but about securing a spot in your good graces. It's like using compliments as currency, where the aim is to buy affection rather than earn it through genuine connection. This behavior can signal a deeper need for approval and validation. It shows a reliance on others' acceptance rather than an appreciation of their true selves. So if your compliments are more about their approval than genuine praise, you might want to rethink your approach. Ever felt like your generosity is a one-way street? Picture this: you're the one always picking up the tab at dinners, surprising friends with expensive gifts, or offering rides regardless of how out of the way it might be. Initially it feels good to give, but when the scales are always tipped in one direction, it might be time to pause and reflect. Being overly generous often stems from a beautiful place: a genuine desire to make others happy. However, when this generosity becomes a constant flow with little to no reciprocation, it might suggest more than just kindness. It could be an indication of a deeper issue, perhaps a lack of self-respect, or an unconscious attempt to buy affection and attention. Generosity should be about balance and mutual respect, not an unspoken transaction where you're always the giver. If you find yourself constantly outpouring resources with nothing in return, it might not be genuine appreciation you're receiving, but rather taking advantage of your goodwill. Remember, true affection cannot be bought, and generosity should never come at the cost of your self-worth. Sometimes the rose-colored glasses are a bit too tinted. In the dance of admiration, it's all too easy to overlook the missteps. When smitten, one might ignore the warning signals that something's not quite right. This isn't just about small quirks or habits, but serious red flags, behaviors that could hint at deeper issues. Idolizing someone can blind one to their faults, leading to a distorted view of who they really are. Consider this: if you find yourself constantly making excuses for someone's actions, or if your friends and family keep pointing out concerns that you dismiss, it might be time to take off those glasses. Ignoring these signs often stems from a fear of losing the idealized version of the person loved or admired. It's vital to remember that acknowledging someone's flaws doesn't diminish your affection for them. Rather, it grounds your relationship in reality. Seeing someone for who they truly are, flaws and all, is crucial for a healthy relationship. Are you always on call, ready to drop everything at a moment's notice? If this sounds like you, it might be time to take a step back and evaluate your boundaries. Being there for someone is commendable, but when you find yourself constantly available, it might indicate that your boundaries are a bit too flexible. Boundaries are essential. They define who we are and what we stand for. When we let go of these, especially to accommodate someone else incessantly, we risk losing a part of ourselves. This relentless availability can be mistaken for dedication, but it often stems from a deeper need to be needed or fear of disappointing others. The truth is, always being available can drain you emotionally and physically, leaving little room for your own growth and well-being. It's important to remember that your needs are just as important as anyone else's. Balancing availability with personal time is key to maintaining your own identity in any relationship. How often do you find yourself compromising your values for someone else? It's a question that digs deep, revealing much about our self-respect and personal integrity. When we talk about signs of being overly accommodating, or what some might call simp behavior, a glaring red flag is the sacrifice of one's own values and self-respect to please another person. This often originates from a deep-seated fear of rejection or abandonment. Imagine the scenario where someone constantly bends their own rules or agrees to things they're uncomfortable with just to keep someone else happy. It's like putting a mask on your true self, and over time, this mask can become suffocating. It's vital to recognize that when you compromise your core beliefs, you're not only betraying yourself, but also setting a precedent for how others treat you. Relationships built on this kind of foundation are often unbalanced and unhealthy. Standing firm in your beliefs and values is not just about self-respect, but about attracting those who truly value what you offer. Do feelings of jealousy dictate your actions more often than you'd like? Jealousy is a natural emotion, but when it spirals into possessiveness, it can turn the sweetest of relationships sour. Excessive jealousy often masks deep-seated insecurities and a profound fear of losing someone. It's not merely about feeling uneasy over a partner's interactions with others. It's about wanting to control those interactions to quell one's own anxieties. Imagine feeling the need to check your partner's phone, dictate who they can see, or how they should dress. This isn't love, it's control. Such behavior can push your loved ones away, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy where the very act of trying to prevent abandonment causes it. Possessiveness also indicates a lack of trust, a crucial element in any healthy relationship. The irony of possessiveness is that it often achieves the opposite of what it intends. Instead of creating closeness, it builds walls. Trust and security are the foundations of any strong relationship, not control and suspicion. Ever pushed the limits of what someone is comfortable with? Ignoring or crossing someone's personal boundaries can be a glaring red flag in any kind of relationship. It's essential to understand that boundaries are not just suggestions, they are crucial lines that everyone sets to feel safe and respected. When someone chooses to disregard these boundaries, it's not just an oversight, it's a decision that can severely impact the dynamics of a relationship. This type of behavior often leads to discomfort, resentment, and a breakdown in trust. Imagine consistently telling someone you're not comfortable with a certain topic or behavior, yet they persist. This not only disrespects your feelings, but can also make you feel undervalued and invisible. Moreover, ignoring boundaries can escalate from minor oversteps to more serious invasions of privacy and personal space. It reflects a lack of empathy and understanding, qualities fundamental to any healthy relationship. Respecting boundaries is not just about avoiding discomfort, it's about mutual respect and understanding. Recognizing these signs in ourselves can be tough, but it's the first step towards healthier interactions. Throughout this discussion, we've explored several behaviors that might be red flags in how we connect with others. First, we talked about excessive flattery, where compliments are no longer just kind gestures but overdone to the point of seeking approval. Then there's overbearing generosity, which might seem noble but can often mask a deeper neediness or a quest to buy affection. We also covered the dangers of ignoring red flags, a sign of idolizing someone at the cost of overlooking glaring issues. Similarly, constant availability might seem like devotion but often crosses into neglecting one's own needs. Furthermore, sacrificing your self-respect to please others is a serious concern, as is the jealousy and possessiveness that can transform care into control. Lastly, ignoring someone's boundaries can not only harm relationships but also diminish mutual respect. Thank you for watching, and remember, a healthy relationship starts with respecting yourself and others. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more.